First of all, I'm very excited for this. One of the great rivalries in the history of wrestling, maybe the best rivalry in the history of the IWF, is the Master of Chaos, Kevin Knight, versus First Class Justin Adams. Okay, yeah. And this is a very special match. Right. This is previously unseen by anyone who was not in attendance of the match. This has not been seen online. And here's the reason. I'm in the match. Hold on. I was the manager of First Class Justin Adams. You know my work with Southside Slugger Tony Graves. Yes. In First Class Justin Adams, my work with the Eastside Empire. That's my faction. That's my group. That's my mob. The Eastside Empire. Justin Adams is a part of that. Here's the issue. I got a concussion earlier in the day. Oh, dear. With a different match at IWF. Okay. What resulted is severe brain trauma to the point where the following 72 hours, no memory. I have zero memory of anything, and that includes this match. Okay?
I see.
Yes.
You don't remember when you offered me that big raise, Dave?
I don't remember that, Robert.
$1,000 a week?
Shit. Drew, can you get my checkbook? I guess I owe him $1,000 a week now. That's it. The producers are telling me we're ready to go. And I think we're ready to go. Here we go. And here we go. We're off. Kevin Knight in the ring to start this match off. And you can see how physically imposing Kevin is. 6'7", massive frame. Justin Adams, a wonderful athlete, but 5'11", about 205 pounds. Obviously giving up the height advantage, the size advantage. Kevin goes about 6'7", 265 of pure muscle. Roy Harter.
Capacity crowd, David, and look at him hype up that crowd. Last time I saw a hype man like that was probably an Iron Maiden concert. Bruce Dickinson. Scream to me, Long Beach.
There's not an IWF on the ESDS match of the month where Roy doesn't bring up Bruce Dickinson and Iron Maiden for some reason. Anyway, Justin Adams looking good. He's gotten to the second rope. He's pointing. He's showing off. He's saying, look at how handsome I am. You got to be honest, Roy. First Class Justin Adams, one of the more attractive wrestlers in the industry.
Certainly attractive, but even at standing on those ropes, he still did not match the height of 6'7".
And here we go. They lock up, and Kevin Knight throws him dismissively to the mat. Justin Adams looks up. He should not be shocked by Kevin Knight's strength. The big man is huge, and he has the power to back it up.
He certainly does, David, and it looks like he's going for the ref now. Is that the... No, maybe not.
Oh, and I think at ringside you do see Andrews, Big A Andrews, his cousin. Wow. That's his twin cousin there.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that guy? Yeah, that's a good... Anyway, here comes Kevin. He's got Justin Adams. Oh, my God. He catapults him out of the ring.
Out of the ring. The guy...
I'm not sure I ever saw someone get catapulted clear on out of the ring, Roy.
You know, he should probably consider cutting his hair because... I think it could be a liability in
Not
the
sure
match
if that
like
was
this.
entirely legal, what Kevin Knight just did, but that's fine. Kevin Knight now grabs Justin Adams, and he's got a big right clubbing blow to Justin Adams' chest, Roy.
Oh, dear, David. This is not looking like a very fair fight. But I will say this. I'm loving your blazer, David. That is a very attractive blazer you got on there.
Thank you, Roy. Now Kevin Knight's got Justin Adams up. He's got him in a power slam position. He's just pressing him up and down, showing this is what I can do. Yeah. This is the strength that I possess. Oh, and he drops him to the mat. That's an 8-foot drop and probably a few broken ribs, Roy.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if he had him by the crotch as he was lifting him up there. Cause
he's got Justin Adams with a double arm hold. Adams getting wrenched, and Justin Adams now not off to a good start, but he does have a lot of heart. I know Justin Adams personally, but Kevin Knight slams him ferociously to the mat.
This is really one-sided. You know, there was a time I was in Mexico, and I went to Tijuana, right?
Yes.
And I went to one of those illegal, you know what, fuck it, I don't even want to talk about it. Just got him up in the air again.
What kind of broadcasting partner do I have sitting next to me? He starts a story about Tijuana, Mexico, and bails on it, but Kevin Knight now back with a headlock.
Headlock.
And he's got Justin Adams, and he's saying, check him. Check him. Justin Adams, though, he's got a lot of heart. That's legal. That is a legal headlock. Justin Adams will not quit. He's not going to give up here.
Now, here's what I never understood, David. Why is a choke permitted, but you can't eye gouge? What's that about?
Well, if the wrestler gets his eyes gouged out, Roy, he can't wrestle next week. You know why? He can't see anymore.
Yeah, but if you collapse...
Blindness is prohibited for the most part in professional wrestling, Roy. You need vision to pick people up, to punch them, stuff like that.
I would assume collapsed trachea is also a very debilitating move.
You'd be surprised. A lot of professional wrestlers come back from collapsed tracheas, Roy. Head damage, getting hit by a car, getting thrown into a steel cage. These are some things that professional wrestlers can recover from. They can't recover from getting their eyes poked out of their heads. Now here comes Roy. Here comes Justin Adams with a kick to the stomach. Justin Adams looking good. And Justin Adams has turned the tables and now choking Kevin Knight.
Yeah, see that? Now he knows. He goes for the bottom.
Ooh, a knee from Justin Adams to the Kevin Knight chest.
Very smart. You gotta. If you're a shorter guy, you gotta go low. Gotta go low.
Kevin Knight kicks out at the count of 1. Justin Adams showing what makes him first class, but Kevin Knight says, I don't think so. If you're not going to stay on top of me, I'm going to get you a right punch. And now, a stomach breaker, if you will.
Jesus.
Very interesting. You usually see that maneuver applied as a back breaker, Roy.
My dad did that to me when I was 16, and I brought the car home, and I had a fucking giant scratch on this side of it.
That's the third time you've talked about your Dyfus story in the last 6 months. Can you please not talk to us about how miserable your dad was and how he used to torture you? We know about your father there.
I mean, he was no Kevin Knight, but he was still pretty bad.
Look at some of the fans giving the manager a hard time. Some of the, with all due respect, low-rent fans from North Jersey giving the handsome, good-looking manager a hard time. I'm not going to concentrate on that, kid. Justin Adams is back. Oh, my God! Big elbow from Kevin Knight, who plants Justin Adams on the mat.
You know how I know that hurt? By the sound it made, David. When I hear that sound, I know that was a very painful move.
I hear that. Kevin Knight has Justin Adams. Does he have him set up for a power bomb? No. Oh, look at this! Justin Adams reverses and backdrops Kevin Knight out of the ring, Roy.
It's okay. It didn't hurt, David. There was no sound. No sound, no pain.
I don't know what you're talking about. There is sound in this match, Roy. We just happen to... Oh, my God.
David.
Wait, what's happening here?
I don't know. Some psycho's getting in on the action there.
Well, I don't think there's any... obviously, Kevin Knight was a little dusty, and there was some debris on him, and he needed to be cleaned off. You know, you can't have papers and garbage on you, so obviously the manager looked to be cleaning off Kevin Knight. He wants a fair up-and-up fight.
Good point, David.
Okay, point. Kevin Knight now in big trouble as first class Justin Adams appears to be in control. And the one thing is, while Kevin Knight might have the physical advantage, Justin Adams might have the mental advantage. He is highly intelligent, highly devious, Roy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, let's not face it. Kevin is no dummy either. But I will say this. Judging from the ref, he should probably take it to the floor, don't you think, David? I mean, what kind of...
the referee's got to be in the ring to count these guys out. If they do knock it back in the count of 10, Roy, it's a double count out. There's no reason for the ref to leave the ring in this scenario.
I'm unaware of that rule, David, but I've updated my rule book. Thank you.
Don't worry about it. It's a rule that's existed in professional wrestling for 155 years. Here comes Justin Adams with an elbow onto Kevin Knight. Another elbow!
Double elbow.
And let's see if he decides to hit a third elbow! Justin Adams! Oh my God, only a count of 1. I don't know what he's going to have to do. He's not even getting a 2 count here.
Not yet, David, but I'm going to go on a limb and say there'll be some 2 counts coming.
Thank you for that prediction. I'm pretty sure there will be a 2 count coming in this professional wrestling match. That's like saying there might be a headlock or a punch thrown in this wrestling match. That's a pretty standard thing, is what I'm saying.
Or maybe a Kimura if we're lucky, right?
No, a big kick from Kevin Knight into Justin. Oh, my God. Wow. The kick went to the stomach, then went to the head. A pin cover from Kevin Knight. But Justin Adams showing a little bit of courage here. Yep. He kicks out. Irish whip from the Master of Chaos, Kevin Knight, but Justin Adams sees it. Wow. He kicks Knight to the ground, Roy.
I mean, to me, that would be a count, but it looks like Justin Adams is...
Listen to this despicable crowd chanting Weasel.
Oh, look at this.
At the handsome, well-polished manager.
Weasel. Oh, yeah.
It's the type of thing that, quite frankly, that's the verbal type of harassment, the trolling that wrestling managers and radio personalities and internet talk show hosts simply do not deserve a big leg drop.
Maybe they were yelling at the cameraman.
Oh, I'm assuming that was the case then.
Yeah.
Justin Adams is in total control. It appears Kevin Knight may have injured his knee, Roy.
I may have put my money on the wrong fighter again, David.
I think you did. Oh, Kevin Knight with a little jab to Justin Adams and a bigger punch right to his face.
Wow.
There was a jab to the stomach and a straight-up knockout to the face.
Knocked some of that peroxide right out of his head.
Here comes Kevin Knight. He picks up Justin Adams. He's got him in slam position. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. What happened?
That was a 2 count, David.
That was two, Robert. It was just 2. Robert thought it was 3. That was just a 2 count, Robert. I know you're distressed. Kevin Knight rolls out of the ring, get himself some time. What he's doing here is he's recuperating.
Yes,
he's
His
resting.
breath.
Yeah, you gotta get your breath, and then he's gonna go get back in the ring
Get
here, Roy.
control of your heartbeat.
Maybe first class Justin Adams wants to get out there.
Yeah.
Throw him back in.
I'm surprised you didn't take any shots while you had
The referee was looking at me. That was the problem. I was in perfect vision of the ref. The dummy wouldn't turn his back. Oh, a double axe handle by Justin Adams onto Kevin Knight. Wow. Justin Adams, fearless. This might be one of the biggest upsets in IWF history. If first class Justin Adams can take the final battle over Kevin Knight, I'd be shocked, Roy.
Oh, well, he's got that, what I call the Joe Rogan strength, David. He's a little guy, but packs a lot of power. A lot of power.
Interesting comparison, Roy. Like Joe Rogan, he also does not believe in vaccinations. Here comes Justin Adams, a knee to Kevin Knight's chest. The exhaustion. Yeah. He's just trying to turn him over for a pin, Roy. But he is mentally, physically frustrated. The manager did not help him there. The manager did not push his little buddy and get Kevin Knight turned over, by the way. You did not see that.
I see someone counting 3.
Kevin Knight, Roy Harter. You know what? Let's go around. Robert, who do you like right now? I would imagine there's only a few minutes left. Who do you like in this match? It's back and forth.
It's looking good for you and Justin Adams.
Looking good for Justin Adams and his manager, Stevie.
I'm a big Kevin Knight believer.
Kevin Knight. Andrea. Veronica's going with Kevin and Roy Harter.
I'm definitely still sticking to Kevin.
You went with Kevin.
I've seen a couple of these matches, and you never know.
What about you and Garrett? What do they think?
Roy's right.
Garrett will agree with Roy because that's the evil alliance that they have. And Drew?
Well, it looked like Kevin had it at the beginning, so I have to assume he's going to lose.
So here we go. Yeah. It has been an incredible match.
Yeah, this is
dramatic, back and forth. I don't know who's going to win. Don't forget I had a concussion.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're going to see what happened here.
Wait a minute, Ed, wait a minute. David?
And by the way, I forgot to mention I was 0-10 coming into this match. This match, the results were not included. So I truly don't know who's going to win. You might be observing my first victory as a manager in wrestling history. But let's not make it about me. First class Justin Adams has an incredible position.
I think he may have killed him, David.
Well, I think he's got Kevin Knight sleeper holding. Oh, that was going to be the 3rd time the arm fell. But it didn't. Here comes Kevin Knight. He's energized. Oh, my God. He's bringing the chaos.
Yes.
He's summoning the chaos. First class Justin Adams better watch out because it's a big drop from Kevin Knight.
Wow. I also have no voice left, David.
Oh, my God. Roy, oh, no, he missed with an elbow.
Jesus, now that maybe calls for some medical attention.
Oh, what a match here at IWF. One of the best matches I've ever seen. First class Justin Adams. What's he doing? Looks like he's going to the top rope. Is he going to get there?
All the way up.
Is he going to get there? No! He went for a double axe handle. Instead, it was a right punch to his head by Kevin Knight. Both wrestlers are knocked down.
You're both out, David.
I think this is going to be it. We might even not see a winner here. These two have fought to near death. The final battle, one of the great matches we've ever seen on ESDS.
I'm in awe,
IWF
David. In absolute awe. I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, my God. Kevin Knight is up. Listen to the fans. They're chanting Kevin. The fans seem to be rooting for the Master of Chaos, Kevin Knight. Justin Adams with a right, but it was blocked. Another block from Knight. A big right hand from Kevin Knight. Irish whips Justin Adams. Oh my God, Kevin Knight's got him.
Dump
and
him
a
out.
fall-away slam from Kevin Knight on Adams. Adams' back might be broken. 1, 2, it's just a 2 count.
2 count. Come on, put him down.
Oh my God, what a match!
Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
I wasn't aware that you legally bet on this game.
I shouldn't say that out loud, David. Sorry.
You're too late. I want the FBI to investigate Roy Harter, who lives in Long Island, New York, for illegal sports betting.
Yeah.
Roy Harter. That's his name. Kevin Knight now.
God.
He is in pain. Justin Adams is saying, all right, what do I have to do to beat the big guy?
I think
he's exhausted as well.
He might be having problems with his trachea, David.
And oh no!
Oh, wow.
Justin Adams leapt up onto Kevin Knight. Looked like he got him in the Bulldog. This is it! No! That was 2, Robert.
That was 2.
I know Robert thought it was 3. It was just 2.
3, Dave. I was frozen.
That was 2, Robert.
Oh.
Irish whip from Kevin Knight. And no! He went for the boot. But Justin Adams intelligently grabbed the ropes and got outside. Is consulting with his handsome manager.
Yes, he looks just like Steve McQueen. Wouldn't you say that?
Either that or a red-headed Paul McCartney is what people say about that manager on the outside. Justin Adams falling all over the place. Justin, your manager can't wrestle for you.
He does.
I'm not sure if this is legal. The manager is literally bear-hugging his client and trying to throw him back in the ring.
Dresses like Liberace, though.
The client seems like he's going to be walking.
What's going on here?
Hey, that's it.
Wait a minute.
That's it.
What does that mean, David? Now,
what is happening
I've never seen this.
If the sportsmanship is going to continue like that, and if the sportsmanship is not going to favor first-class Justin Adams, he's going to walk out, and he don't need to come back.
Well, that sounds like unsportsmanship.
That's your opinion. That's where you and I differ.
Okay.
You're always the goddamn babyface of the show, and I'm always the fucking heel of this fucking show. But see, whereas you'd have your little guy get in there and get smashed by Kevin Knight. I take pride in the East Side Empire, and I saw my guy getting beat the fuck out of.
Yeah.
And I needed him to get out of the contest.
Before he got hurt. It was very noble of you, David. Noble.
That's all it was. It was care.
Stevie and I were talking, Dave. Do you want us to go over to that ref's house, and maybe we can keep banging on him twice?
Let's discuss this
and
off
not hitting
the air.
it a third time.
We're going to discuss this off the air. That I have a major issue with that referee, by the way.
Real quick, you reminded me of speaking of John Madden, you reminded me of a young John Madden out there.
Thank you.
In the ring.
Wow. Do we have Kevin? Kevin?
There he is.
One of the, so far, the most controversial finish to an IWF on ESDS wrestling match. Lots of people were questioning what was going on. Why would Eastside Dave and First Class Justin Adams get out of there? It was of my opinion that there were some low blows perhaps stricken, and the referee was not calling a balanced and fair wrestling match. And if it's not going to be on the up and up, I take my client elsewhere. That's what a manager does. I'm sorry.
Just like Antonio Brown of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when
Jesus.
things aren't going your way and things aren't going the way of first-class Justin Adams, you take your ball and you leave the field and you just walk out. I see how it works now.
I mean, that's your perspective. I thought of it as
Wait a minute,
protecting
it's
my
exactly
client.
perspective. Everybody just saw it.
Well, I look at it as protecting my client. Justin Adams pays me big money to protect his self-interests.
Yeah.
It's not going to help if I see there's a crooked ref and Justin Adams gets his legs broken by the Master Chaos, Kevin Knight. That's not going to help Justin Adams' career, and ultimately, it's about my bank account. See, Justin Adams' success then gives me money. You see?
Now, how do you explain kicking me in the ribs when I was down on the floor? How dare you?
I thought I saw some lint on
see
you.
that.
I thought I saw some lint. The grounds looked dusty and they looked a little dirty, and I was trying to just make sure you were clean.
trying to help.
There's a goddamn camera there. There's a television shoot. I want Kevin Knight to look presentable. I want him to look neat. I thought you had some garbage. You had some wrappers. There was some popcorn stuck to you. I was cleaning you off. You might interpret that as a punch or a kick, but I was cleaning you off.
I can see that, Kevin.
This is the result of CTE kicking in. Right here. You're a prime example.
It might be, Kevin. Also, Kevin, with
I
CTE...
think your brain needs to be donated to science upon your parents.
Oh, that's happening. I would like to know if one of the side effects of CTE is bedwetting. Because I've pissed my sheets like 4 times in January.
Oh, dear, dude.
It's the 4th.
I know. Well, one of those was a nap.
Oh.
Yeah.